Content warning. This video has been filmed while life continues on around me. You may hear a chihuahua snoring, phone noises, creaky chair sounds, desk shifting, humidifier running, and so on. I do my best to keep all the crazy distractions at bay, but sometimes we just have to go with the flow. I appreciate your understanding. Hello everyone. Welcome to Conversations with Sakeina. Today is going to be a little bit different. We are going to do Into the Unknown with Tarot instead of doing Wise Words to Ponder. What this is the reading of a true story that I received years ago when I had the Night Watchman Chronicles Paranormal website. And this is a true story from one of the people who followed the website regularly. I will read you the story, and then Sakeina has given 3 cards, since I read this story to her previously, from Buffy the Vampire Slayer deck, which I just did a walkthrough on. These 3 cards are going to be Sakeina's take on what actually happened within this story. Kind of her explanation. Oh, and these stories this week have to do with time travel, or astral situations. The story is called Alternate Me by R.P. I think I proved the alternate universes theory in a short but very memorable astral outing. I returned after an uneventful brief flying through the night sky trip to what I thought was my waiting physical body. Oddly though, as I settled into the sleeping physical body, I felt like a key that almost but not quite fits a lock. I arose from the bed to find myself in a strange house. Justifiably alarmed, I rushed down the stairs to emerge in an equally unfamiliar breakfast nook. Greeting me was my wife and a girl of about 16 who looked much like my only present child and daughter, but with darker hair. She came up and hugged me tightly, but sensed something was wrong when I tensed up. I looked about confused. "Who are you?" I asked, looking down at the perplexed girl. I recognized my wife and my 23-year-old daughter perfectly well, but had no clue as to the identity of the younger female. "Daddy, it's me, Leanne." It suddenly struck me that I must have returned to the wrong dimensional plane or universe. How else could the foreign house and unfamiliar daughter be explained? In my home universe, my wife and I have a single daughter, but in this alternate universe, I had a second daughter, my present daughter's kid sister. The young girl, Leanne, appeared on the verge of crying at my confusion and apparent lack of recognition. My present daughter noticed something was very wrong. "What's wrong, Dad?" she asked. "I don't think I belong here," I said. With an exertion of will, I leapt right out of the body. It was fairly easy to escape the alternate me because it was taking more and more force of will just to stay inside, like a coat that just isn't the right fit. I awoke with some relief in the right body and universe. At least I think so. I imagine my alternate self will have some explaining to do when he returns from his astral journey. I hope they don't think he had a stroke or some other similar malady. Okay, so that's the story, Alternate Me. So let's take a look at the cards Sakeina gave us for this story. We have the Queen of Scythes, or Queen of Swords. We have the High Priestess, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so with the Queen of Scythes, I feel as though Sakeina is saying that RP did a really good job when he didn't get emotional over where he found himself, what he found himself in. And he stayed kind of logical rather than flowing into the emotions and panicking. But I think she's saying here too that it would probably be a good idea if, when he decided to astral travel, if he tried to set some boundaries, something that would say, okay, when I'm done, body, I need to go back to my own universe, and make sure that that's good and clear before he obviously does his astral traveling. But Sakeina is saying he did find the truth of the situation on his own. He did actually jump into another dimension, another world, another universe. And, you know, the computer in the card is this is the internet. It is separate from where we currently are in the physical. So, two totally different places. So she's saying, yes, that was definitely what happened. So with the High Priestess, despite what happened to RP, Sakeina is not at all saying don't try the astral traveling. In fact, she's saying, yes, absolutely do so. It is really awesome to be able to look behind the curtain and see some of the secrets that we don't ordinarily see. And she's saying it's a great practice in intuition and magic and just being able to find a whole different aspect to the world that we live in. And by doing so, she says, it enhances greatly the life that we actually lead. It really gives a great deal to our physical existence. When we know that there's so much more out there and that we have the opportunity to really enjoy the life that we have. And it has been said, at least I have read myself, that when our spirit jumps into our physical body, it is very important that it takes these astral trips regularly, nightly. We all do it, even though we don't remember doing it. But it is our spirit or our soul's time to fly free. And as we see, she's on roller skates, which is a much faster and smoother way of moving. But our astral body has a very hard time, or our soul has a very hard time staying trapped in this physical body on a regular basis. So being able to take this trip makes for allowing our physical bodies to, and physical selves, to cope with life on Earth much easier. So our soul has some fun. Our astral self has some fun, and we can then also enjoy our earthly life more. We're more relaxed. It's just very good for us to do the astral traveling. And again, some realize what's being done. Some do not. For some, it is still a mystical thing behind the curtain that it isn't even known that it's happening. And the last thing here is that we have air with the swords, we have the High Priestess, which is water, and we have earth with pentacles. The one thing that is missing is the wands or fire. And wands is all about, well, number one, passion, having the passion to learn how to do the astral traveling. But also, wands is a transformation. So RP was transforming himself into something different for the period of time of sleep. And yes, he did definitely go into an alternate reality for himself. So that's it for this Into the Unknown with Tarot. Until next time, take care.